holidays. This is Elizabeth Griffin, the Black romance writer, and I hope that you are enjoying this time with your family, with your friends, and with your loved ones. For me, I will be spending Christmas and New Year's at home with my family, with my children. I am fortunate enough that I do not have to work those holidays, and I'm going to take advantage of that. So I will definitely be counting down the new year. 2024 is a year that I'm excited about, and I have so many plans that I will share with you in the future. But I just want to take a moment and talk to you about writing, romance writing, and the journey. So, in case some of you don't know or haven't heard, I started off as an avid reader. I would read Harlequin romances, and I fell in love with that type of writing. So as a teenager, that's all I consumed. And later in life, I transitioned from reader to writer. So most writers, I won't say all, but a lot of writers started off as avid readers, as those people who loved devouring different types of books. And at some point, they decided, not only do I love reading these books, but I want to write them. But now the problem comes in. You have such an idea and such a notion, but where do you begin? Where do you go? How do you decide what to do? How do you get the resources and the information that you need in order to write? Of course, you have to do research. So for me, my primary resource was the library. I would go there and I would spend hours and hours doing research. And I would also take out books on how to write romances, books on how to tell a story, books on plotting, books on character development. I consumed as much material as possible so that I could learn the craft of writing. And then I came up with a schedule, with a plan. What type of book did I want to write? What genre did I want to write in? And so for me, I started off in young adult fiction. That was where I began, and that's where I felt comfortable. So the next step for me was to read those type of books, to see the pacing and to understand what it took or what goes into writing a good young adult book. Some of the things that I have learned through research are: one, most young adult fiction is written in the first or present tense, meaning the story is usually told through the eyes of the heroine, and it's usually from her voice, her perspective, and her point of view. And even though I use the heroine for my example here, in some young adult fiction, the protagonist, the main character, the hero of the story could be male, and it could be told from his point of view, his perspective. The beautiful thing about writing today is that there are so many genres and subgenres in different types of writing that for young adult fiction, you could have mystery, you could have paranormal, you could have sweet romance. You can write in any category or any genre that you choose. And then there is also the LGBTQ community, and you can write in that category as well. So young adult fiction has changed and has grown and morphed into a larger, wider audience than when I first started writing. I am a 1960s baby. I was born in 1963. And so some of my techniques may be a little dated. Like, I love going to the library. That is my first go-to. But for young people, they may consider the internet their first choice as far as doing research or even getting books about writing. They may go online and they may go to different ebook platforms and download their resource material. So whatever choice or however you decide to get your information, I only want to stress that you do your research. You understand the 8 parts of speech. You understand how to diagram a sentence, how to take a sentence apart, and how to put a sentence together. And of course, you're not going to learn everything all in one day. It's going to take time and it's going to take research. I have been researching and writing since I was a little girl. I decided that I wanted to be a writer at a very young age. I was maybe 9, 10, somewhere in that range. And I have been going strong. And over the years, I have been collecting information. I have been doing research. I have been reading. And also, for those of you who may not want to go to the internet, there's also audiobooks. Audiobooks are exploding on the scene now, and you can get your information, your research through audiobooks as well. So whatever your method, as I said, I just stress that you dedicate time to understanding how to craft a story, understand who your audience is, who you are trying to reach, and write for the fun, for the pleasure of it all. I can tell you from experience that over the years, I have written for many reasons. I have written because I wanted to earn income. I have written because I wanted to change my circumstances. I have written because I wanted to be recognized and to have my writing recognized. And I have written at extremely fast pace. I have put my writing before other things, and I find that at some point, I lost the joy and the pleasure of writing because it became competitive. It became a challenge. It became more than just fun. So I just want to stress that even though we want to make a living from writing, and even though we want to change circumstances through writing, it's a process. It's going to take time. It's going to take patience. And if you lose the joy and the pleasure in writing, then it will show in your work. And you don't want that to happen. You want your stories and your ideas to be fresh and original and entertaining. And as you are writing them, you are also getting pleasure in creating and crafting something new and something different. So try not to fall into that mindset or into that habit of competing, of comparing yourself to other writers, because you have an original story and an original voice, and you have something to say that no one else can say. They can't say it like you, and they most certainly will not write it the way you would write it. Writing romance novels is not an easy job. It is not for the faint of heart, but if this is what you want and this is what you believe that you can do, then don't give up. And don't get discouraged. There are different community of writers out there in the world, and you can find your tribe, you can find your group, you can find those people who will support you, and you will support them. For me, I find that NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month, is an excellent choice because you can get online and you can be buddies with other writers and you can support them and they can support you, and you will be accountable for your word counts daily for the whole month of November, so you won't be writing alone. You will have an online community that is worldwide that will support you, and obviously I will be there as well. And you can become a buddy of mine, and we can communicate through the network and through that website. I'd also like to say this. As a writer, you should protect your material because it is intellectual property that belongs to you. So do not share all of your good ideas with the world. Keep those things private until you publish them, because good ideas are hard to come by. And if you have one, it is a treasure, and you should protect it as such. So you don't have to share all of your writing. You don't have to share all of your work or all of your ideas to the world until you're ready to publish, until you're ready to make money on it. So thank you for joining me on my platform. I hope this video has been valuable, and I'm wishing you happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Christmas. Oh, my. Merry Christmas and happy Kwanzaa and all of the holidays.